Katrina here from Scrappy Horses with a video tutorial for Through the Craft Room Door magazine. I'm excited to share this tutorial on making a last-minute gift with things you probably have around the house. So let's get started. I'm starting with the tag on my project. I'm using Colonial White cardstock from Close to My Heart. And you see me here rubbing it with a dryer sheet and now a Goodbye Static. That's because I'm going to heat emboss this. So you'll be seeing me stamp this with some cranberry ink. Now this is just an alcohol ink. It's not a pigment ink or a Versamark type of ink, just plain old alcohol ink. And you'll see me stamp it here with this Merry Christmas stamp. I did not know that you could actually emboss with an alcohol ink, but you certainly can this alcohol ink. So you see me here stamping, and once I get it stamped, then I will pull some Ranger embossing powder, and it is clear, and you'll see that it'll really brighten up that tag quite a bit. So rather than talk through all of this, I'm going to go ahead and play a little music for you, and I will catch you on the other side. Now that all the inking's done, I can go ahead and tape my pieces of tag together and then punch my hole with my crocodile. After punching the hole, I'll tell you that I kind of had some decisions to make about where I wanted the holly, and that's why you saw the little gems out, and I changed my mind. So you'll see where I finished the tag at the end of the video. So I'm moving on to the candle. I'm using a glue gun to just glue a strip of burlap ribbon onto the middle of just a very inexpensive off-white pillar candle. I wasn't quite sure how the hot glue gun was going to react with the candle, but it was fine. It didn't burn any holes in it or anything, so it worked out very well. Next, I went with some fern colored twine, and I just wrapped it around twice. I was going for sort of a rustic look, so I didn't make it real clean or neat. I just wrapped it around and tied it in a knot. Pretty simple. While I'm tying this piece of twine, would probably be a great time to share with you some of the measurements on the project. The candle measures approximately 5 inches tall. The burlap ribbon is about 1.5 inches wide. I cut the Colonial White tag at 1.5 by 2.5 inches and the craft tag at 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. Well, here we are back with that little tag, and it's time I have to make the decision on where I'm going to put the holly and the berry. So I ended up deciding to put it above the little bird. I wanted to put it over where the hole was, but then that was getting in the way and it wasn't going to fit under my bow very nicely. So I opted to put it on the side, and it worked out just fine. I went ahead and took my twine and ran it through that hole and just put the knot up through the hole. And that way it would secure my little tag there. And just to make sure that it was secure, I again went back to my heat gun and just put a little drop of hot glue there. That secured it quite well. Now it was time to go and get my bow for the front. I wanted to have sort of a country but Victorian look at the same time. I kind of like country Victorian. That's sort of the style of my decor in my house. So I went ahead and went with a strip of lace that actually came from some curtains that I had picked up at Goodwill to cut into strips to make a backdrop for my daughter's wedding. So I have all these strips of lace, so now I'm cutting them down and using them on different projects. So this is one of the little strips that I cut into a very thin strip and just tied it into a little bow to go with my burlap and my craft cardstock. Thanks for joining me today. I hope I've inspired you to try this. Hopefully you won't need any last-minute projects, but in case you do, here's one you might want to try. Have a great day.